good people. Where is David? I'm Will, I'm not David. David's behind the camera. I am helping Dave out here, showing off a few of my oddball guitars. Today we have a mid-60s Vox Phantom. Probably one of the more oddly shaped guitars you'll ever see. I think it's about a 64. I think this one is English made. A lot of the Vox guitar production was done in Italy, and the reason I think this is English made is the Italian guitars usually are marked made in Italy, and they usually have a pad on the back that snaps on to protect the back, kind of like your grandma does when she puts plastic on the couch. So this doesn't have that, so that's why I think it's made in England. Not that it probably matters very much, but definitely one of the strangest guitars. Vox is probably pretty well known for their AC30 amp, but they did produce a lot of guitars in the 60s, and a lot of them were pretty strange shape. This guitar is fairly original. It's been refretted, and the tuners were changed. Alright, let me show you a few details on the body of this guitar. You have the Vox pickups, which look a lot probably like a Strat pickup, except they're square shaped. Of course, they always got to do something different. And oddly, the pole pieces aren't adjustable, but the treble pieces are all really sunk in there. They're lower than the other ones, which makes getting, I don't know why they did that, but it really makes getting an even sound across the strings kind of difficult. We got the Vox tremolo, which I've taken the arm off because it stays in tune a lot better if I don't use that. There's also a cover that's supposed to go over here. We got a volume and two-tone knobs. The aluminum Vox knobs there. Huge scratch plate. Pickup selector switch. It looks like I don't know, maybe a gear shift lever off of a Schwinn Stingray or something. Just selects between one pickup, so you can't get any combinations on this one unless you kind of fake it between the two. We got the original finish on the guitar. It started to check some, but overall it's pretty good shape. Have a look at the back here. You can see it's pretty complete. Right, now we'll move on to the headstock of the guitar. You can see it's a kind of similar to a Strat in general design, but again, kind of like a lopsided potato kind of shape. We've got the changed tuners, unfortunately, the Phantom logo, and the shiny chrome truss rod cover there. A little bling for you, and. We go to the back of the headstock, which is fairly plain. Again, the changed tuners, no made in Italy decal back here, as you would normally find on the later Vox models. Now you're probably wondering who the heck played these crazy shaped guitars. Well, I have a reproduction flyer from the 60s, and here's a kind of a artsy photo of Paul Revere and the Raiders tearing it up with their Vox gear. I believe the bass player, we can find him on here, is playing a Phantom bass right there. Playing the Phantom bass. Alright, here we have another reproduction Vox flyer or catalog from the 60s, and again wondering who the heck was it that played these instruments. You have a huge selection here. Dave Clark 5, Manfred Mann, Stones, Shadows, the Animals, and hey, Long John Baldry. That's right, tearing it up on Vox. So there you have it. All right, now we'll take you through some of the different pickups and the different sounds of the guitar. A lot of more grungy kind of 60s style garage bands would choose these kind of guitars to play. So we'll play some kind of trashy, just bang out some chords. Very kind of trashy sounding. That's using the lead pickup here. Go to the middle one. It's a little more mellower sounding. such a quirky guitar. Check out the neck pickup, which, as you can imagine, is probably going to be a little mellower sounding, a little fuller. It's actually almost usable. Now we're going to play clean through the amp. We're playing through a Fender Hot Rod DeVille here that David has so kindly set up for me, got it sounding really sweet, and play a little clean. Actually, with the neck pickup, the guitar actually sounds kind of usable. We still have the problem with the pull pieces being uneven and not giving you a good even volume through if you're playing single notes. But for chords, it's not too bad. Alright, let's check out the middle pickup here. And again, the lead pickup, which is very, very thin, and I don't really like that sound very much myself, but so there you have it. There's a mid-60s Vox Phantom. Probably the weirdest, one of the weirdest guitar shapes you're going to see until you start looking at some of the pointy 80s guitars. It's I don't know if I want to play it live too often. Probably not the best guitar for that, but definitely cool to look at and jam on a little bit. And thanks for checking us out. Thanks for checking out my guitars. Thanks to David for having me over. And be sure to check out nextlevelguitar.com. And we'll be bringing you a bunch more of vintage guitar reviews, oddball vintage guitar reviews, vintage amp reviews, and vintage effect pedals. And thanks for joining us. Okay.